Hello, we're back in the basement again today. It's a bit miserable outside, and so the light isn't too strong down here. This Easter day was the strangest I've ever celebrated, not only with the COVID-19 virus, but it also became a comedy of errors. Yesterday morning, Debbie and I awoke to find that there was a power outage in our part of the city. Debbie is not good without a coffee first thing, so I decided to go to a drive-through to get coffee. Now, you need to know that I dislike drive-throughs with a passion, possibly because I wasn't used to them when I lived in the UK. But I'm told regularly that they're easy to navigate. I've never found this to be the case. Initially, yesterday morning, things went well. I placed the order, was given an Interac machine on a stick to pay, moved to the next window, and waited. In due course it was opened, and I was handed coffee in a tray. As I took it, the tray tore, and the coffee cups fell out, one outside and the other inside the vehicle. The one that came in landed on my leg, and the cover came off, pouring hot liquid onto me. I pulled my foot off the brake, and the car shot forward, nearly hitting the one in front. Then it was a matter of reversing to get new drinks. When we got home, we discovered that the power was back on, which was good news. I then went to put the cardboard tray into the garbage, accidentally knocked over a gas can, and the top of that burst off. The fuel went into all the recycling, and now the whole house smells of gas. Not the Easter morning I would have expected if I was safely in the cathedral celebrating the feast. At least it gave us some laughter on this unusual of days. In the church's year, it is now time that we move on to the next phase of Jesus' ministry. The Bible tells us about several things that happened in the time before the ascension, when Jesus returned to his Father's side. Once again, there is little detail. John tells us about the appearance to Thomas, the miraculous catch of fish, and the reinstatement of Peter. In Matthew, we have the sending out of the disciples through what has become called the Great Commission. Luke tells us very little in his Gospel, but in Acts he speaks about Jesus teaching the disciples about the kingdom for 40 days and then ascending. Mark's Gospel has a sort of highlights passage at the end. What we also know from Luke in Acts is that the disciples are in a time of waiting. At the end of Luke's Gospel, Jesus tells them to wait in Jerusalem until they receive power from on high. In Acts, Jesus repeats this, but adds a little more, identifying that the one they will receive is the Holy Spirit. The Spirit will enable them to be Jesus' witnesses to the ends of the earth. The important thing for Luke is to draw a parallel between the ministry of Jesus in his Gospel and that of the church in Acts. In both cases, it's the Holy Spirit who is driving the mission. As we follow Jesus' disciples into this waiting period before Ascension and Pentecost, let us spend time learning of Jesus and from Jesus, also asking his Spirit to continue to empower God's mission in the church as we move into an uncertain future. Once again, thank you for joining me for this talk. Tonight, Monday night, there will be a litany at 6 o'clock. But in the meantime, God bless and stay safe.